Good morning. The battle lines are drawn. The weight is very
You dragged me
firm.
into this last week. Don't do it. Don't do it. Got bigger things to talk about.
Well, funny, you're mentioning the fact that everyone's getting back into the theatre.
Talk about pantomime.
A bit of pantomime here, absolutely. And the fans will be back there tonight at the Wembley Arena as well for Anthony Joshua. It feels a bit like Christmas morning for boxing fans, doesn't it, really? It's a huge moment for Anthony Joshua later. He's going to be putting his 3 world heavyweight titles on the line when he takes on Kubrat Pulev. There's so much riding. And you can listen to the fight and all the build-up on BBC Radio 5 Live from 10 o'clock tonight. Moving on to the football, West Ham having a really good Premier League season so far. And their good form continued with a 2-1 win at Leeds last night. Now, they did 4 more games in the Premier League today. That includes the Manchester derby at 5:30. Always a huge game. A little bit more pressure on the United boss, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, after they limped out to the Champions League during the week. Joe Linsky looks ahead. Champions Cup. Exeter were only crowned European champions in October. The new competition is already on. Patrick Reed is on course to make golfing history by becoming the first American to win the European Tour's Race to Dubai title. He leads the Tour Championship by a couple of shots going into round 3. And there was a bit of a shock at the Scottish Open snooker. The world #1, Judd Trump, lost to China's Li Hang in the quarterfinals. Tip of his cue off. He was a bit frustrated that it wasn't more convincing, even though he won. Don't try that at home, kids.
No, it's good advice. But he's got a track record of doing it before.
Yeah, he's done it. Yeah, many times over the years. But
you know,
I don't know. Maybe
it's not a very pleasant thing to put in your mouth.
Chalky? No.
Chalky, rubbery.
No,
Bit of metal at the end. You could get splinters if you bite too hard. There's just so much wrong with doing that.
It's just a health and safety disaster.
Awful.
Shall we see if we can find the pictures of it?
Oh, I looked. I really wanted to see how he did it. I don't know why I wanted to see it.
Well,
it's
fascinating.
But I just wanted to know where do you start with that, nibbling off the Q-tip?
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll leave that one out there. Thanks.
7:30. Do you know, so I've learnt something new today, which I love doing.
Yeah.
I didn't realise that you can lose 3 titles in one fight.
It's brutal.
Really brutal.
Turns out boxing's pretty brutal.
But you spend all that time collecting all your belts, and then
just like that,
puff,
poof, they're gone. The good thing is you can win them all back again.
Oh, okay.
You know, so there's that. And Anthony Joshua did do that. You know, he actually lost his belts to Andy Ruiz Jr. and won them back again just over a year ago. So it can be done. But yeah, it is pretty brutal. But tonight there is plenty at stake. And there will be 1,000 fans at Wembley Arena tonight for Joshua's first fight in just over a year as he defends all his world titles against the Bulgarian Kubrat Pulev. Plenty on the line for both men, as Ria Chauhan reports. Steve Bunce there with his goosebumps. We're going to be hearing from him a little bit later on. And, of course, tonight you can listen to the fight and all the build-up on BBC Radio 5 Live from 10 o'clock. Let's head over to the football now. West Ham having a really good Premier League season so far. And that continued with that 2-1 win at Leeds last. Well, the Manchester derby is one of 4 Premier League games today. Kick-off is at 5:30. As well as questions about his team's inconsistent form at the minute, the United boss, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, has once again been talking about plenty taking place today as well. Loads of the Premier League and the Scottish Open continues. Thank you to everyone who's tweeting me pictures of Ronnie O'Sullivan biting the tip of his cue off. I'm okay for any more, though. Just pick me off my breakfast.
Yeah, they were old ones, though, weren't they?
Yes, that was, yeah, we saw one from the Welsh Open as well. He's definitely got a habit of it. No more.
Don't just stop it. It hurt your teeth and all sorts of stuff.
Oh, I hope his dentist isn't watching.
He'll be in trouble. Holly, thanks
Holly. 7:37.
Good morning. It's all on the line for Anthony Joshua.
Holly.
Huge fight. It's been quite a while since we've seen this man in the ring, and we're all looking forward to it because there is a lot at stake for Anthony Joshua. He will be putting his 3 world heavyweight titles on the line when he takes on Kubrat Pulev. So much riding on this fight at Wembley Arena. Also a busy day in the Premier League with 4 games, including the Manchester derby at 5:30. Dan's back with Football Focus at midday on BBC. Well, surely, Dan, it's all OK because they'd be in a Christmas bauble together, wouldn't they?
Oh, stop it.
I'll leave it at that, will I?
Well, responded.
Back a little bit later on, and we've got Steve Bunce, who will be here to talk about the big fight tonight. Looking forward to hearing from him.
Always good value.
Good morning. Well, it's all on the line for a huge
Let's
fight.
talk about it, shall we?
Oh, do you know what? And we've had to wait so long for it as well. This fight was postponed, of course, like everything in sport because of COVID. And tonight there'll be 1,000 fans watching Anthony Joshua against Kubrat Pulev everything on the line here, all 3 belts, and that could tee up a fight then with Tyson Fury. That's the one we all want. It's a huge one tonight at the Wembley Arena. So much riding on this. And of course, as I mentioned, all riding on the fact that he could win and therefore take on Tyson Fury next, where all 4 world heavyweight titles could be contested for the first time in history. Huge, isn't it? Boxing analyst Steve, BBC Radio 5 live commentary of the fight from 10 o'clock tonight. It is going to be special.
Well, who better to big it up than Sponsor? We're having a little bit of a lag in our 4 hours of live broadcasting. That
Get
does the
Steve
trick,
Bunce
doesn't it?
on. That'll do the job. Yeah, he needs to be in Anthony Joshua's corner. That's where he needs to be.
Ollie,